and ESFPs in a relationship. How is that like? And I'm going to share my experience with you all today. And welcome back to my channel. My name is Mindy. Please subscribe to my channel for more weekly videos. 2 times a week I publish. This channel is all about personal growth and self-development, so please like this video as well. And let's immediately dive in. So ENFP and ESFP, the whole community MBTI is filled with videos or blog posts about INTJs and ENFPs, INFJs and ENFPs, and any other type, but ESFPs, not many people talk about it. And I bet that there is a lot of people that might be even dating one and they don't even know that they're dating an ESFP. So I can talk about this very greatly because I was myself in a relationship, in a long-term relationship with an ESFP, way before I knew about MBTI, which is very interesting. When I learned after that the relationship was over, we still talk sometimes. So I asked him to take the test and I was like, oh my God, this really explains it all. As you already heard, like the relationship is over, and I believe that it was over because of these differences. And I'm not saying that every ESFP and every ENFP is going to break up. I believe that if 2 individuals are quite developed and can handle the differences and don't take them personally, probably they can actually make that relationship flourish. But that was not my case. That was not our case. So let's talk about the ESFP just to start this video, this introduction. So the ESFP at first feels for the ENFP as kind of coming home. And we can actually get a bit confused and we can think that maybe that's an ENFP. It can look from the outside that, hey, that looks like me, you know? And I believe that as long as these 2 people do not spend that much time together, but just like occasionally, it can go quite okay, because it can be, one thing for sure, fun as hell. It's gonna be the funnest ride of your life, because ESFPs are just so entertaining, amazing. Not only entertaining as in like they're not a clown, but they're always thinking of the next move, the next thing. They're planning for adventures. They're planning for things that you can do together. Not really planning as in like they're not the greatest planners, but they have their mind in like building up a adventure together. So they would do whatever it takes for that to happen. And that's great. I mean, the relationship that lasted the most in my life, the longest relationship I've had, that was almost 4 years, that was with this ESFP, yes, exactly. So that's how it feels like. Okay, someone that the ENFP finds there, a partner with whom they can go on journeys, they can experience the whole adventure and the whole world full of possibilities. Like the ENFP would explore it from their NE perspective, okay? And the ESFP would explore it from the SE perspective. So there's 2 different things. And I have to say that I didn't notice that he was like, that his way of approaching life was like very material-like compared to mine, which is like, I'm all over the place. But still, like at the beginning, that can be fun, that can be nice. And even more if you are like possibly the ESFP is going to bring the ENFP, like introduce the ENFP to these new activities, and you're going to do things together. So probably the relationship between the ENFP and the ESFP is going to be filled with a lot of activities and hands-on activities and things to do, because the ESFP is going to kind of lead that the theme of the relationship, and the ENFP is going to follow, and it's going to feel like, hey, this is so exciting, and I found a partner who is like so explorative as I am, and all of that. It's amazing. Okay, so that's the positive side to the ENFP and ESFP relationship. Let's go to the dark side of that union. I've noticed, and like I said, like I've noticed because this is like exactly what I experienced, is that there is this huge barrier, like the natural barrier that these two types have between the intuition and the sensing. I mean, I'm not telling you anything new, but what I'm telling you is I experienced it. I lived it, and I can tell by firsthand that this is what happened. So there is like the ENFP has this sort of feeling that they want to share particular things with this partner, and they go and they tell the partner, but the partner does not get it. The partner is like, they can get it mentally, but because then they don't understand that, for instance, the ENFP has a lot of ideas and things that they want to work on, and maybe if the ENFP is going through a stressful moment, for instance, it's going to be very hard for the ESFP to understand that the ENFP is just thinking, and it's not doing, because the ENFP is kind of caught into this any loop, and apart from that, the ENFP and the ESFP both have introverted feelings, so both can be like very like afraid of, I want for things to work this way. I feel I need this, and if two people are feeling I need this and nobody's thinking about the other, then it's gonna be a collapse. It's gonna clash as well. So the ESFP cannot understand how is that the ENFP under stress is like not really coming like down to earth and putting a plan into action to whatever they're saying. The ESFP expects from the ENFP to have a partner on the ENFP who is like more of a judging type and more of a hands-on type. And the ENFP secretly always kind of longs for that kind of partner as well. They want someone who is like, apart from understanding and like more calm, they want someone who just gets like that part of this also important for them. So you have two individuals who are perceiving types who need a judging person who kind of grounds them, who cannot really find that in each other. And I'm not saying that with every perceiving type that's going to happen, but I can see a big chance that this happen between these two ESFPs and ENFPs. So these two speak two different languages. The ESFP tends to feel lost and trapped and wants to run away and find like kind of a shelter in activities, so they can get very impulsive and just go and do things. And ENFP can feel like they don't understand why this person, when he's under stress, needs to go and start doing things like they just have to do, like go rock climbing, they need to play chess, they need to do something with themselves. And the ENFP does not understand that, and also does not understand that sometimes they just need to hang out and chill next to their partner. And the ESFP needs to be doing something. So it's like when the ENFP feels like, okay, I need to rest and sit next to my partner and kind of feel the mood and talk about whatever comes to my head, the ESFP is already like bored. They feel like, okay, I've been doing this for too long. I need to get out of the house and I need to, go and run 16 kilometers and then go and meet friends and then have drinks. And then it's doing too much. And even though the ENFP also likes doing things, they don't like doing that much. For the ENFP, like the downtime is like sacred. And that's something that the ESFP does not understand very well. So when they have an issue, going back to what I was saying before, there is this ESFP being frustrated because the ENFP cannot communicate it in a way that they understand. The ESFP, once the ENFP kind of tells the problem or how they're feeling with bullet points, they need to be said with this line, like a bullet point and checkpoints, and the ENFP cannot do that. So the ENFP starts speaking in an abstract way. So it's like, I feel that whenever I was doing that, and then I felt that way. So sometimes they just want that the partner understands this kind of, I feel this, I feel that, and all of these ideas they have in their heads. but the ESFP do not get that. So there is this frustration. They don't get each other. And then, so that's that. And then the problems, yeah, that you have like the ESFP is very impulsive compared to the style of the ENFP. The ENFP is impulsive as in like mentally impulsive, I think. The ESFP is impulsive, like hands-on impulsive. So I think these two types can be quite an explosion next to each other, because they both kind of tend to be a bit more turbulent than other types. I wouldn't think it's the best match. I do leave it open for you guys to figure out for yourselves if you're dating one. Please leave the comments. Share with me what's your experience with the ESFPs, or if you're an ESFP and you are watching this, tell me what you think of ENFPs. Leave your comments. I want to know what you think about this video and your own experiences. And till next time.